Sam here, and last night I gave a rendition, a video of a breakdown of how the Philadelphia Eagles can beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, kind of keys to the game essentially. Well, now it's time to give the keys for the Patriots to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Excuse me. So when I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, as mentioned last night, I think they're one of the most balanced teams in the league. They can beat you with the run, and the defense is great. They've got a good special teams unit. Nick Foles played out of his mind against the Minnesota Viking defense in the NFC title game. So, the New England Patriots have their hands full for this week and a half, essentially getting ready for this huge game, getting ready to game plan for this offense. Excuse me. Obviously, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach in the league, the best coach in the league, and the smartest coach in the league. He takes away your number one option. And really, for Philadelphia, the number one option on offense, they're so balanced. It's hard to figure out what they like to do best. And just from watching them, I feel like the key for New England's defense to stop Philadelphia's offense is to stop the run and the matchup one-on-one with Alshon Jeffrey. And Zach Ertz is a very good tight end. So kind of keeping keeping Foles, putting pressure on Foles up the middle, keeping him inside the pocket, not letting him scramble around, trying to make extra plays. Obviously, he's not as fast and athletic as Carson Wentz, but when he's able to move around the pocket, it buys time for Ertz and Ajayi and Alshon Jeffrey to get open. They also have Torrey Smith, so they have two big play receivers, and that's a handful for the New England defense. So for the Patriots defense, it's really going to start with pressure. Pressure to take a J.J. out of the fold. Obviously, they've got Blount, so they can kind of mix and match the power with Blount, with the combination of power and speed. With the Ajayi can play as a slot receiver too. He can do, like I said, they're one of the most balanced teams in the league. So the Patriots, Bill Belichick's got to get pressure on Foles, try and make him uncomfortable early in the game, and really take him out of his comfort zone. Try to take away kind of what I saw in the NFC title game was the quick strike, the quick strike attack, the quick hitters. And I think that's going to be the key, is making Foles sit in that pocket a little longer, put pressure on him, and try and limit the big play to Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith. Like I said, they have Ertz. Ertz is a middle of the field threat, kind of like, he's not as big as Gronk. Obviously, Gronk is a huge tight end. He's not a matchup nightmare like Gronk is, but he does catch passes in the middle of the field. He does help them extend drives, and he is a red zone threat. So when you're in the red zone against Philadelphia, it starts with taking away the run and the play action. And I know Bill Belichick is looking at that. So really, for New England's defense, they're going to have to put it starts with pressure. And it's the same thing with every quarterback. But unlike when they pressure Brady, that the pressure from the middle, the Eagles defense has to pressure from the middle. New England needs to come from the outside. They need to box Foles and really make him step up into the pocket, and again, try and not let him extend plays. Because like I said, he's not as athletic as Carson Wentz, but he is mobile enough to move around and extend plays and keep drives alive. Also, extend plays enough to where Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith can get open, or can get some separation from their matchups one-on-one in the secondary. And that leads me to the Patriots secondary. The Patriots secondary is going to have to really, really look at Foles, because Alshon Jeffrey is too big of a target, and New England's secondary is pretty athletic, but they're not big. And Alshon Jeffrey he's a good jump ball receiver. He can win 9 times out of 10 the jump ball passes that Foles throws up in the air. And Torrey Smith is the big play receiver. He's more of the big play receiver than Jeffrey. But Jeffrey's a huge red zone target. They're going to have to be right up and physical with their receivers. So really, it's hard to put a finger on what you can do to beat Philadelphia, because like I said, they can run the ball well. They can beat you deep in the passing game. They can also hit you quickly with those quick slants. So really, it's about keeping it for New England. New England is very good at taking your best option, and I think the best option for the Eagles is their run game, because the run game, especially for balls, it's not like Carson Wentz, where he can extend plays and he's so athletic. You got to worry about his mobility and his scrambling ability. Foles doesn't scramble as much as Wentz, so really getting heat on Foles, and making him uncomfortable, because he didn't really look very uncomfortable against the Viking defense in the NFC title game. Probably a big reason why he threw for nearly 500 passing yards. But again, getting the ball, staying close to that playmakers, they're really a good open field team. They're very athletic, the Eagles are. So really, tackling in space is going to be a huge key for the Patriot defense. Again, Bill Belichick is a very attention to detail coach. So you just know, Matt Patricia, same deal. Patricia and Belichick have to get the defense, and they will. Excuse me, because it's New England, and they prepare for everything. New England is right now. It's going to come down to how well they can handle the 1-2 punch of Ajayi and Blount. If Blount's able to power his way through, you saw it with Leonard Fournette in the AFC title game. He was able to carry essentially 2 Patriot defenders to the end zone. And I think, to me, stuff in the run is going to be the biggest key. Biggest key for the Patriot defense is stopping the run. Jeffrey and Torrey Smith, they've really had tremendous seasons. Of course, Carson Wentz has really helped him convert third downs. Third down is going to be the key. Getting the Eagles behind the down and distance, getting in those third and long situations, it's not good for a guy like Foles. Even though he's got a big arm, it doesn't. You can kind of see him be a little bit less comfortable in the pocket, a little less comfortable trying to, essentially extend drives. And I think New England is going to have to put them in a favorable down distance. It's kind of the same. It's the same deal with any defense. But New England's defense is very, very athletic. They're very good in the linebacker. They're very underrated as far as the linebackers are concerned. But again, it's coming down to the pass rush. The ability to stuff the run, the ability to stop LeGarrette Blount and J.J. That's going to be the icing on the cake for the Patriots defense. If they could stop that 1-2 combination, I think they'll have a good shot of shutting down the Eagles' offense. And really, the Eagles' offense is very much more effective when their special teams unit is giving them good field position. So field position is going to play a huge factor in the Super Bowl. And it plays a huge factor in every game. It's just more attention to detail now, because obviously the winner wins the championship. But both offenses are far more dangerous when they have favorable field position than when they're consistently backed up. But again, it's Belichick. He's preparing for everything. So the Patriots special teams unit is going to be Patriots run defense and Patriots special teams unit. Those are the 2 biggest key areas I think that they need to win at. They need to dominate in order to beat the Eagles, to shut down the Eagle offense. I think Foles is going to have the game of his life again in order for Philly to win this game. I'm not ready to pick a winner, but when I look at these 2 teams, they're very well balanced. It's going to come down to coaching and the attention to detail, and whoever can combat the nerves the best. And it's really about matchups. I think the Eagles are very athletic. They're very well balanced. They're very physical defensively. Offensively, they are 5-point underdogs. Foles is certainly capable of beating the New England Patriots. But we'll just have to see what happens. I know Belichick is going to be looking at Alshon Jeffrey, he's going to circle Jeffrey, he's going to circle Ajayi. Ajayi does have history being with the Dolphins, and he has had some good games in the past against New England. And so he's going to be a big factor in the game plan for Belichick. And I think, like I said, it's him and Blount. If the Patriots can stuff the Eagles' run game, make them one-dimensional, put the game on Foles, I think they'll have the best shot of winning. We're almost there in Minnesota. Patriots and Eagles. Like I said, I'm not ready to pick a winner. 2 great teams, 2 great coaches, 2 very well-balanced teams. We'll just have to see. It's going to come down to the quarterback, and it's going to come down to quarterback play. So we'll see what happens. This has been Sam Darley. Thank you for watching.